What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Novichenko Whips YouTube channel. Today we're doing another oil catch can install on one of our cars that does not have a catch can yet. And today again we're going with the BMS style. These catch cans are not necessarily cheap, but I feel like they're designed per car, per spec. And I like that, especially if you want a clean install. Comes with, you know, the couple needed pieces to exact fit in our F30 335i. I was thinking, and I saw videos of people installing kind of those generic cheap Amazon catch cans, which I have used in the past, but I thought might as well buy the one that fits exactly, and that way it'll look nice and it'll be a higher quality part. Let's get this shield out of here. Put that over there. Actually, people that were installing those generic ones, they had to modify their shields quite a bit. So what I understand is this can screws up to, I believe, this bolt and hangs out over here. What happens is you end up taking off the PCV hose from the crankcase. You can tell recently I was trying to pull it off, and these little ears are super easy to break off. So hopefully I won't break off anymore. And even if I do, I'll just have to figure out a nifty way to hook it up to the catch can. And then this goes into the catch can. From the catch can, you get a little elbow. The catch can will catch all of your nasty blow-by. Let's do this.
Not eaten.
What are we looking at here? What is this? You were showing me this is for air?
There's air.
Air goes in there? Where's the engine? Yeah. Upon first inspection, the PCV is nice and oily. Let me get up inside here. Oh yeah.
Papa,
You know, this is a direct injection engine, and all of this goodness goes into those intake valves, and then they have to do all that walnut blasting for you. Something could probably be prevented a little better with a catch can from factory, but they don't put them in from factory because they don't want to tell the owner, hey, you got to dump this thing every oil change. The owner's like, what? Another thing to do to make sure my engine doesn't blow up too fast? Nah, I'm too lazy. But good thing we're not. I mean, long story short, this kind of came out. I was just trying to see if this is still flexible. It is kind of an accordion type of tube, and this thing just popped out. It does have like a electrical connector on it. Maybe this is why my car on some startups was just idling funny, but look at all that residue. Anyway, we're gonna figure this out, how to get this back in there and route this up together. I'll most likely order a new one of these pipes today. So here's where we're at. Off of this top member, you just unscrew this 13 mil bolt, and pretty much you get this little bracket that will perfectly fit in that very area. I'm just gonna test fit it real quick, but I'm sure fits nice, looks nice, has a little logo on it. And keep it a little loose so this has a little play. I was able to put the PCV hose back in. I think the little bolt that comes with it, the Torx screw, broke off the plastic off of the kind of flaky factory inlet. So I'll look to see if I can replace the whole thing and get a new PCV. I know this is the hot side, so things get a little crumbly over time. Okay, here's our catch can, and necessarily all we need is to make sure that it will fit nice and carefully down in here. And so my job is to make sure that it's not going to rub badly on any of these coolant hoses down here. That wouldn't be a good day. Wouldn't want one of those to rub through. There is like a coolant line as well that goes here. Might need to bend it slightly. It's pretty strong. Okay, I'll let you know what happens. So typical to BMW fashion, everything's very tight, but there was this red power cord that ran under here, so I was able to push it to kind of come out under here, out of the way. And then there's just one coolant hose that I was able to maneuver outward a little bit, where it will sit right up to this can. I can already feel emptying this can. Might not be the most fun thing, but you know, a couple extra minutes every oil change should do it for you. Unless you have extensive blow-by, then that's another issue to look into. Here's a side view of fitting it in here. I held it in place, put in the Allens for just a first quick alignment. Let me get a correct Allen key size. Got a small assortment of these in various places. I'm sure it's probably a good idea to snug up the two of these so with shaking and rattles it doesn't come loose over time. To me, it would seem, see where it's most happy at. I'm also observing whether there's a crack on the PCV at the bottom there where it comes into the inlet. I just want to provide it maybe the best angle so that we have the least amount of any sort of leaks. We don't want unmetered air, so you have the MAF sensor before here. We don't want unmetered air going into the engine and causing any prolonged lean conditions. Even if it's a few percent over time, that could add up. And there she is. Let me bring you in. They say you don't even need zip ties on this silicone hose. I might throw one on, just being myself. But I'm excited to see if the cover fits without any need of extra cutting or fitting. So down in there, it's hard to spot, was where this PCV kind of ripped out of. I put it back in, snugged it up as much as I could. Let's see if it holds up. We'll keep an eye on it. One clearance issue we've run into, but this shouldn't be too bad, is probably need a cut very neatly right here. And then we'll be able to slide this piece right in between those two. Let's give that a quick shot. I'm kind of a little lazy to go bust out the air compressor with the kind of air tools. So let's see if this thing will kind of slowly cut it through and melt it through. Let's see. Yeah. Heats it up a little bit. Melts right through it. Just need to support it with your other hand. Make sure it doesn't whip out on you. Otherwise, it could make a little mistake. Let me think about how to do the best way in terms of... Yeah, the last little piece. Not bad. I can clean this up with the razor knife. for how quickly we did that. I think it fits snug like a glove. So you can see the plastic heat shield pretty much divides the two nipples of the catch can. Pretty much out of the crankcase, comes in here, gets filtered, goes back into the inlet. I'm sure if you wanted to be extra, you would have left kind of the swoop down, but just made a clean cut straight across and straight down. Everything's a tight fit. Everything's OEM-ish. Now let's start it and make sure it idles good. And that'll be it. I guess I'll drive it around a bit and do a review and see how much oil it's catching. I'll report on that later. Thanks for tuning in. Install wise, about a 2 out of 5, maybe 3 if you have a PCV issue, because you'll have to replace that thing as well. She's taking good.